Good morning and welcome to the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships live from Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications bringing you the opening round coverage here. We are in men's singles competition. Just getting underway here in the first frame. We have two squads for the guys today. So this is the A squad. They're going to bowl 6 games, followed by a short break for a re-oil. Then the B squad will come out, and then we'll have the semifinals and finals a little bit later today. So going to have a lot of action here from the World Bowling Senior Championships live on Bowl TV all week. So we'll get to see pretty much every match. We're going to have wire-to-wire coverage, so thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday morning. Today's competition will be held on the 44-foot World Bowling London pattern. 2 patterns featured here at the 2015 event, so they'll switch back and forth. The other pattern is going to be Montreal at 41 feet. For those of you already tuned in, if you want to learn a little bit more and check out the live scoring or standings as the day progresses to follow your favorite country or bowlers, be sure to scroll down a little bit into the description area. We have the link for the live scoring and the standings. You can also go to worldbowling.org for more information on this year's event. Currently on our features pair, we have competitors from Chile, Mexico, France, and Wales. So they'll be moving every game, so we'll get to see 4 different countries each match. More than 30 countries total represented here, 33 the exact number. We had the opening ceremonies yesterday. And now we're ready for singles competition, so thanks again everyone for tuning in. We'll be checking in periodically throughout the day. We are in game number 1. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we're cruising right along here in game number 1. We'll have a total of 6 here for this qualifying block for the A squad. Quick re-oil, and then we'll be back here on Bowl TV for the B squad. Top 4 scores will advance to the semifinals, which will consist of 1-game matches. The winners will advance to the finals, and we'll have one more match, the championship match. Just like that, we'll have our gold medal winner in men's singles decided today. The ladies will hit the lanes tomorrow for singles. They only have 1 squad instead of 2, so a few more competitors on the men's side, so they decided for singles and doubles to split up the squads. This event features the premier players from 33 different countries, all ages 50 and older. Each country was allowed to field a team of 4 men and 4 women. So for the U.S. contingent, the men's squad features Lenny Borsch and Johnny Petraglia, who are on the lanes right now. The other 2, Bob Learn Jr. and Ron Moore. Moore is the only returning member on the U.S. men's side from the inaugural event in 2013, also held here in Las Vegas. For those of you interested in the lane squad of who's going to be coming to our feature pairs here behind lanes 31 through 34, if you go to worldbowling.org, you can click on the tab for events, click championships, then you'll see the World Senior Championships right at the top of the page. Go ahead, click on that. Follow the results button to men's results, click on singles, and you'll see the participants for squad 1, so that'll give you a rundown of who will be joining us here live on Bowl TV. Total of 117 male competitors made it out to Las Vegas, 89 on the women's side. As I mentioned, teams were allowed to bring up to 4 players for both men's and women's competition. Some elected to only bring 2 or 1 in certain instances, so that's why we have some odd numbers there. Once again, the pattern for singles competition WTBA London pattern. 44 feet in length. 26.5 milliliters for the volume. So this is the long pattern of the week. The pace is going to be pretty brisk here with just 4 players on a pair. Mexico's Jesus Gutierrez off to a strong start here in game number 1. Started with 4 strikes in a row for a few spares there. Gets a strike in the 7th. He's joined by Rafael Gomez. On this block for Mexico. Nice break, tripping the 2 for Gutierrez. Adds another late double here, getting some love and congratulations from his fellow countrymen. Already watching here, getting ready for B squad as well. Already have a good crowd in the chat following us online here, bright and early in Las Vegas here on the west coast of the United States. We appreciate everyone joining us here on Bowl TV, and this is just the beginning. We'll have 6 straight days as we award gold, silver, and bronze medals to competitors in singles, doubles, team, all events, and masters competition on both the men's and women's side. Be sure to go to bowl.com/livestream to get a full rundown of when each of those events are taking place. Once again, we'll have 3 separate live streams today. B squad will start at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. out here local time. And then the semifinal and final rounds will start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. A quick rundown of a few of those events. All events will be determined by the 18 games total of qualifying for singles, doubles, and team event. So those combined totals will help determine who takes home those medals for Masters competition. The top 24 overall in the all event standings will advance. They'll go ahead and bowl another 6 games to take it down to the top 8. Followed by a round robin to eventually get us down to the top 4 in each the men and the women's side. So there's just a little bit of the recap for the week coming up here. We'll have 6 straight days of coverage. Thanks again for joining along. I'm Aaron Smith. I'll be here all week from the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships, live from Sam's Town in Las Vegas. Just about wrapping up with game number 1 in men's singles. Disaster strikes in the 10th for Gutierrez. Still has a shot to go, or to be in the 240s. Leaves the 4.67. Vez Strobe of France finished up with a 2.06 on lanes 33 and 4. He was high on that pair. Gutierrez will look to take the 2 here. Maybe get a little lucky, knock it out of the back. 2 gives him a 222. All right, game 1 in the books behind lanes 31 through 34. So our competitors are moving on to their next pair. So we'll have 8 more bowlers joining us in just a few minutes. While we have a quick break in the action, once again we're watching the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. It's the second running of the event. The first took place in 2013. Also in Las Vegas. So this tournament brings together the top senior players from 33 countries. Looking to take home gold, silver, and bronze medals in singles, doubles, team, all events, and masters competition. Looks like competitors from Bolivia and Israel will be joining us next on 33 and 34. No, possibly 31 and 32 for Israel, excuse me. Looks like Ukraine will also be joining on 33 and 34. All right, not wasting any time. Game 2 underway on 33 and 4. Competitors from Ukraine and Bolivia. Kicking off game number 2. On 31 and 32, we will have Colombia and Israel, bowlers competing from those two countries. So They'll be getting underway in just a minute or two here. Once again, 6 games here in the A squad. We'll have another 6 later today for the B squad. The top 4 total scores of nearly 120 bowlers on the men's side will advance to the semifinal round. We'll have that all here live on Bowl TV. So we will have our first medalists in just a few hours. For those of you looking to follow your favorite players, we do have live scoring for this event. If you scroll down a little bit on our YouTube page and go to the description, we actually have the link to the live scoring, along with a link for the results. Looks like high score in game number 1 was 225. courtesy of Sean Cummings out of Australia. So not too crazy of a scoring pace here early on the 44-foot London pattern. We'll see how it transitions, though, throughout the day. Behind lanes 31 through 34 here at Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas. All right, for those of you curious, the scores do travel with the competitors from lane to lane, so the combined running total you see in the right-hand corner of each competitor's score sheet, if you will, is a running total of what they've put up so far here, just in game number 2. For those of you looking for the standings, they are updating nearly in real time on worldbowling.org. If you click on the tab at the top for events and make your way to the World Bowling Senior Championships homepage, you can click on results, click on men's results, and then go to singles and see what it's looking like so far. Sean Cummings of Australia leading the way, 225. USA's Lenny Borsch Jr. tied for third, 222. Once again, we're on the 44-foot London pattern. For singles competition. All right, cruising right along, halfway through game number 2 here in the A squad of men's singles. I am Aaron Smith. I'll be here all week with wire-to-wire coverage of the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships from Sam's Town Bowling Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're currently joined on our feature pairs behind lanes 31 through 34 by bowlers from Israel, Colombia, Ukraine, and Bolivia. We will award our first medals later on tonight, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. As we will complete the men's singles portion of the event, the women's singles will take place tomorrow. The men are broken up into 2 squads for singles and doubles competition. The ladies just have the 1 squad. They have a few less bowlers. Already have a good crowd here on hand at Sam's Town. A lot of folks showing their support. Once again, the top 4 overall scores for the 6-game block, or both 6-game blocks, I should say, advance to the semifinal rounds. We'll have to do some finagling of the cameras to get both of them, but we will persevere and go back and forth for the semifinal round, and which will be a 1-game match. The winners will meet. I believe the pair will be 31 and 32 for tonight, the championship match. That will take place right afterwards. Also will feature a 1-game match to determine who takes home the gold. So once again, thank you for joining us here on Bowl TV, bright and early on a Tuesday morning here in Las Vegas. Once again, feel free to join us all week here. Feel free to tell your boss to you're going to take it easy watching Bowl TV this week. See some of the top senior players from across the world. Definitely a few struggles here for competitors in game number 2, trying to figure out this tricky 44-foot pattern. Have a few bowlers on 31 and 32 working on doubles going up into the 10th. Nice shot there by Raven Ovadia to get the first one in the 10th. Nicholas Ruiz for Colombia looking to match the effort. Delivers on 32. 3-bagger of his own. 210 and 216 still out there. Once again, these games not only looking to vault these players into the semifinal round of the singles competition, this also goes towards their all events total. Qualifying games from a singles, doubles, and team event will help determine our medalists. For all events, and then the top 24 overall scores will advance to the Masters portion. As both players finish with the last 5. Very nice. Marco Zapata of Bolivia finishes up with 193, throws the last 3 for our high game on 33 and 34. So they're all done there. We'll get some new folks for game number 3. Still a few shots left on 31 and 32. Once again, for those of you wanting to follow a particular player or country, be sure to scroll down in the description area below the video, and we have a link to the live scoring. You can find out where players are going to be at by visiting worldbowling.org, making your way to the World Bowling Senior Championships page. It has the lane squad for everyone in this block already up, along with results through game number 1. Game 2 all in the books. So we'll play the waiting game as our next participants make their way here. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. More than 400 watching live right now, so we appreciate the support of the World Bowling Senior Championships. And Bowl TV will be here with wire-to-wire coverage. So don't go anywhere. Game 3 will be here in just a few minutes. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be right back. All right, game 3 getting underway for the A squad of men's singles. We're joined by bowlers from the Virgin Islands, Argentina, Uruguay, and England. So we hit the halfway point of this block. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us here for the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. I'm Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. I'll be here all week bringing you coverage of the event right here on Bowl TV. So be sure to let folks know that you're watching. Feel free to share on your social media pages, Facebook, Twitter. There is live scoring for the event. If you go to the description below, you can find the link for that along with standings. Updates pretty quickly after each game, so as soon as I see it pop up, I'll let you know. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy game number 3. All right, scores are rolling here on site at Samstown. So that means we'll be up online in just a minute or two after that. It's all run through the same system. Leading through 2, John Chapman with a 4:35. Chapman, part of the Canadian team. He had 2:13 in the opener. So at a 2:17.5 pace through 2 games. Team USA's Lenny Borsch sitting in 6th with 4:15. Johnny Petraglia, PBA and USBC Hall of Famer, also part of the American team this week here on the men's side. I believe they're actually coming to our feature pair next, if I recall seeing the schedule correctly. All right, looks like the standings have also updated online. So you can click on the link in the description below the video on our YouTube page, and that'll take you right there. Just go ahead and click on singles and click on one of the results options, and it'll take you to that. John Chapman from Canada leading the way, 213 and 222 so far for 435 total. Rafael Gomez of Mexico, we saw him in our first game, 196, 232, puts him at 428. Sean Cummings, our leader after the first game out of Australia, 225 and 200, puts him at 425. And Arto Leto Verta out of Finland, 223, 201 is sitting in fourth with a 424. Again, this is the 44-foot London pattern for singles competition. Only half the men's field competing right now. B squad will be up shortly after we finish up here. We'll get the lane machines out there. We'll be ready to go right around 1 p.m. local time. 4 p.m. Eastern for the B squad. And of course, the semifinals and finals will be tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas. So we'll award some medals. So please join us for that later tonight. We'd love to see a great crowd on hand. Barry Walker of England gets a nice hit there, trips out the 3-pin and a few friends along the way. The England contingent keeping their left-handers together here. As Keith Hodge steps up in the 5th. Just a reminder to anyone in the Las Vegas area, going to be here in the next few days. There's no charge to come down and enjoy this competition. You get to see some of the top senior players from across the world. 33 different countries represented here. The 2015 edition of the World Bowling Senior Championships. Already got a good crowd on hand, taking in the action. We have some of the competitors from the next block here as well, looking to get an idea of what's working and what's not here on the 44-foot London pattern. Solid support group here for England as Barry Walker delivers 3 in a row. cruising right along here in game number 3 of 6. We're joined on our feature pairs here at Samstown Bowling Center by competitors from Argentina, the Virgin Islands, Uruguay, and England. Nice cover there, the wash up by Hugo. Hugo Moorhead representing the Virgin Islands there. Team USA head coach Rod Ross scouting out lanes 31 and 32, so I think we'll be joined by the likes of Lenny Borsch and Johnny Petraglia in just a few moments for game number 4. Both players USBC Hall of Famers. George Guarneri of Argentina bounces back after the split in the 9th with a strike to kick off the 10th. He can still get the 2-0-2. Pacing the way on 31 and 32 here in game 3. Team from England getting ready to step up on 34. Throwing a few strikes here in game 3. Keith Hodge unable to get all the way back to the 1-2 there. Comes in a little light, leaves the 3-9. He's working on 3 in a row. able to convert the spare in the 9th. It still gets 2:01 with 3 in the 10th. We will be featuring live coverage of the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships for every event, every round of qualifying. So Barry Walker shows off the guns. So he trips the 6. Let's look into the 230s here. Each of these rounds is 6 games today. And the top 4 total scores from both the A and B squad will make it to the semifinal round starting tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. local time. England supporters in full support here, cheering on their team. Hodge takes advantage of the break. First shot of the 10th, makes a great shot there. To make it 2 in a row, can get to 2:01. All 3 in the 10th for Keith Hodge gives him 2:01. Question about my good friend Lucas Wiseman in the chat. Lucas will be heading to Detroit later in the week to take care of live streaming for the PWBA Detroit Open, the final standard event of the new Professional Women's Bowling Association Tour. That'll be starting Friday on Extra Frame. So if you're not joining me here at the World Bowling Senior Championships, I encourage you to log on to Extra Frame and keep Lucas some company. Support the top female bowlers from across the world as we support the top senior players around the world here in Las Vegas. Barry Walker will finish off game 3 here on our feature pairs. Strike will get him to 213. Comes in a little high, the 8 count, 211, so nice showing for Team England here in game 3. Pair of games in the plus, so trying to get themselves in position to possibly have some bonus bowling later tonight. We'll have to wait and see, but be sure to check out the results. You can, of course, follow them on the live scoring as well. So we get ready for game 4 in just a few moments. So everyone hang tight. We'll be right back. Thanks again for joining us here on Bowl TV for the World Bowling Senior Championships. Game 4 will be underway momentarily, so don't go too far. Russia and Finland will be joining us on lanes 33 and 34, already underway. In game number 4 here in the A squad. Romania and the United States will be featured on 31 and 32. Looks like we're just waiting on the U.S. team of Lenny Borsch Jr. and Johnny Petraglia. We'll get started over there. Romania already has made their way to the pair. So we'll give you an update on scores after 3 as soon as they pop up. Usually takes a few minutes once everyone finishes up. Of course, you can follow along. We have the link for the standings in the description below the video, as well as the live scoring link to follow your favorite competitors throughout competition. For all information on the World Bowling Senior Championships, please visit worldbowling.org. Click on events, select the championships. It'll get you to the World Senior page. Traglia unable to convert the 7-8 in the first for an early open. Borsch delivers a strike. Lenny was plus through 2 games, sitting at 415. Some struggles for Petraglia, sitting at 365 after 2. All right, looks like we have scores updated through 3 here on site. John Chapman of Canada still leading with a 662, averaging more than 220 so far here on the 44-foot London pattern here in singles competition. Only 6 players plus or better as of right now, though. Team USA's Lenny Borsch sitting in 9th with 593. So Lenny fell a little bit off pace in game 3. But starting off with 3 strikes in a row to kick off game number 4. Fellow Hall of Famer Tish Johnson watching some of the action here. She'll be competing tomorrow on the women's side. right, Finland off to a strong start here. Over on 33 and 34. Got quite a few strikes up on the board, and 5 in a row. From Kari Murtomaki. I hope I am remotely close on these names, so I will apologize if I'm a little bit off. This is my first international event, so I'm sure some of the names will be a struggle, but carry off to the races here. Arto, we've mentioned him a few times today. It's been around the top few spots of the leaderboard as well. A few early spares followed by a double. All right, the leaderboard online has updated, so feel free to check out all those standings. Lenny unable to get the 10 pin to kick out in the 4th. Borsch out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, made his way into the USBC Hall of Fame. In 2012 for his fantastic career he's put together at the USBC Open Championships, a 3-time winner at that event. Lenny has also added 2 PBA 50 Tour titles to his resume. As a strong competitor out there. Borsch currently sitting in 9th, 593 after games at 222, 193, and 178. Johnny Petraglia sitting in 39th with 528 games of 189, 176, and 163 for the left-hander. The Australian team is 1 pair to the right of our featured pair. Putting up some strikes. Here's Kari looking to make it 7 in a row. Comes in light, unable to trip out the 3. Great run to start game 4 though. Kari had been struggling, sitting in 59th place with 459 through 3, so able to get off to a strong start here in game 4, looking to make up some of those pins very quickly. Still has 279 out there. That can certainly swing the momentum quickly. I believe Sean Cummings working on possibly 8 in a row. One pair to our right. Sean was our leader after 1. Dropped into 6th. Sitting at even. All right, Sean Cummings will be stepping up on lane 35 in just a second. He actually has the front 7. He'll be looking to make it 8 in a row. I gave him an extra one there. We'll make him earn it here on Bull TV, though. So from our camera angle, we'll get to see him as he just gets to the foul line. And then get to see the ball track down on 35 right below the Samstown sign. There it is, and cleans on the 10, unable to get it to fall though. It's a great start to game 4 for Sean. Russia's Yuri Sizov takes care of the spare in the 9th. He's clean so far, can still get to 2 of 14. Still some big numbers out there. For the group from Finland, Carey makes it 8 out of 9, still can shoot 279. After starting with 3 in a row, Lenny Borsch finding some struggles here, now staring down a washout in the 7th. Lenny is unable to convert for Team USA, so his first Open gives him 138 in the 7th. Nice shot from Arto out of Finland. Still get the 228, delivers the first shot of the 10th. Arto Letovita. Hopefully I'm remotely close with that, but so at the conversion of the 2.5, Arto's looking to get at 2.16, was sitting in 7th place coming into this game after starting with 2.23 and 2.01. Struggled on the way to 174 to put him at 5.98. He's going to gain a few of those pins back on the plus side. Better shot from Borsch in the 8th. Looks like a ball change maybe. Now we'll see if Carey can finish it out. For Finland, looking to go 2.79. Big support group here from Finland. Watching behind lanes 33 and 34. As Carey delivers the first shot of the 10th. Better shot from Johnny as he delivers in the 8th. Sean Cummings over on 35 and 36 is going to be in the 260s. He can throw the fill ball strike for 268. So I'll definitely help him climb up the standings and put himself in position to make the semifinal round later this evening. Once again, the top 4 total scores from both A squad and B squad combined will advance to the semifinal round and look to take home the gold medal. All they'll be featured here live on Bowl TV 265 for Carey. Great game. Great performance from Finland here in game number 4. As they are all done, so they'll move on to their next pair for game 5. We've still got a few frames left to go here on 31 and 32. Romania and the United States. Still competing in game number 4. Once again, big thanks to everyone for joining us here on Bowl TV for the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships live at Samstown in Las Vegas, Nevada. Lenny Borsch takes care of the 2-pin. He can still get the 208 this game. We'll see if Johnny Petraglia can put together his first double here in Game 4. Some struggles so far today for the 68-year-old. Petraglia, the owner of 14 PBA Tour titles, along with 8 PBA 50 Tour titles, delivers the double to set up the 10th. Johnny just finished second at the PBA 60 Dick Weber Super Senior Open just a week or so ago. He was the #1 seed and lost in the finals to Bill Henson. Johnny still rolling along. Lenny goes high. First shot of the 10th leaves the 610. So I'll drop his max to 196. Petraglia can still get to 207. Marcel Tarasi of Romania, looking at the 3-6-10. Can convert and strike to get to 170. Takes care of it. Porsche with the open finishes with 185, so he's going to have some work to do in these last 2 games to put himself in the range to make a run here. So if you're out of the top 4 in the A squad, there's going to be no bonus bowling for you later tonight. Johnny gets that shot left off his hand, didn't have a chance on this 44-foot pattern. Looking at the washout now. So pair of opens in the 10th for the U.S. contingent. Leaves him with games of 185 and 172. Bob Learn Jr. and Ron Moore will be representing the U.S. in the B squad later today, starting at 1 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas, 4 p.m. Eastern. They'll be here on Bowl TV, so still got a few shots left here. From Romania to wrap up game number 4. Light mixer gives Cornelu the double, get to 162 still. Final shot of game number 4. So we'll be moving right along into game number 5 as soon as our next competitors make their way here. We're behind lanes 31, 32, 33, and 34 at the 56th lane Sam's Town Bowling Center here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Taking a glance around, so got quite a few pairs bowling in game 4, so I think probably a minute or two before our next set of bowlers make their way for game 5. So everybody hang tight. Bowling will be back in just a few minutes here. So thanks again for joining us here on Bowl TV. I'm Aaron Smith of the USBC, bringing you all the action here at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. Thanks for tagging along with me. We'll be right back for game number 5. All right, game number 5 underway here. Behind our featured pairs at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. Representatives from Wales and Norway will be on 31 and 32. It looks like Sweden and Mexico will be on 33 and 34, so this will be our second opportunity to see a few of the folks from Mexico. They were on in game number 1 as well, so Rafael Gomez and Jesus Gutierrez getting their second run here on Bowl TV. As soon as we get some updated standings, I will gladly let you know. Sweden, the defending team champions in both the men's and women's divisions here at the World Bowling Senior Championships, took home the titles in 2013 in the inaugural event. I believe they have most of the players back here in 2015, so they'll be looking to defend that title. Maybe add on a few more while they're at it. Christer Danielsson of Sweden won the gold in singles at the 2013 event. I don't believe Danielsson is on the roster though for the 2015 event. Christer Peterson and Jan Nordberg were part of that group who won the team title in 2013. Looks like they'll be bowling later today in the B squad. John Chapman of Canada still leading the way with 9-11. Sean Cummings with the big 260 game moves into second with 8-64. Rafael Gomez on our feature pair in third, 8-21. So scores still pretty low here so far. In the A squad, this 44-foot London pattern giving some struggles here. All right, the online scores have updated as well. Currently to make the top four, 8-19. Norway's Per Jordheim, who's actually on our featured pairs, started with a spare and a double. It's at 8-19. Games of 199, 217, 236, and 167. So only a total of 7 players on this block are plus or better. Here's Per stepping up on lane 31, looking to make it 3 in a row. Gets the 4 to fall, but no luck on the 9. We are in game number 5 out of 6 here for the A squad. B squad will be coming up at 1 p.m. local time here in Las Vegas, 4 p.m. Eastern. So between those two squads, we'll have nearly 120 competitors on the men's side in singles. And the top 4 bowlers will advance to the semifinal round later this evening. Starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. So if players are outside the top 4 after the A squad, they will not be eligible to advance to the singles semifinal. You never know what's going to happen in B squad, so there's no guarantee even for the leader of the A squad to advance on, but Chapman has put together a very solid resume so far here. It's actually improved every game, 213, 222, 227, and 249. So he's averaging nearly 228 a game. Which is about 11 pins ahead of what Sean Cummings is averaging. He's currently sitting in second with 864. So he's coming in at a 216 clip. For the U.S. contingent, Lenny Borsch currently in 15th place at 778. Johnny Petraglia sitting in 42nd, with 700 on the nose. Bowlers from Sweden off to a strong start here. Peter Eriksson and Johan Aberg both working on a double as they get ready for the 5th frame. Rafael Gomez currently sitting in 3rd place through 4 games. Started off with a strike, now has working on a few spares. He's going to be stepping up on lane 34 in just a minute. Here the crowd's starting to get a little rowdy here as we approach the end of the block. Still a good crowd here on site. Shot by Graham Dalton of Wales, 31. Eriksson makes it 3 in a row. I have a question about where you can find lane assignments for players. If you actually click on the same link, it takes you to the standings. If you click on a player's name, you can kind of go through that and find where players are at and follow them on the live scoring. For John Chapman and Fred Phillips out of Canada, they are on lanes 53 and 54 for Game 5. And they'll actually be coming to our feature pair as we wrap up Squad A. So they'll be on 31 and 32 for Game 6. For everything you need to know about the World Bowling Senior Championships, be sure to visit worldbowling.org. The specific link to the Senior Championships page is 2015 WSRC.worldbowling.org. Will take you right to the page, and you can find the schedule, participants, results, everything you'll need to know. And we'll also have a wrap-up article today on bowl.com. As we will award some medals today. The semifinals will be 1-game matches. The losers will receive or share the bronze medal. And the championship match will also be a 1-game match for silver and gold. Peter Eriksson gets the trip of the nickel to make it 4 in a row. Eriksson's currently sitting in 23rd with 743, so he's going to have some work to do here in his final 2 games to give himself a shot to make the top 4. So it's 278 out there in Game 5. Rafael Gomez still clean through 6. No doubles, though, here in Game 5. Rafael, one of the 7 players averaging 200 or better so far. Great conversion by Gutierrez, taking care of the 4-9. Definitely made a pretty good shot to kick off that frame. Wasn't happy with the result, but was able to slide the 4-pin over and avoid the open frame. Erickson looking to make it 5 in a row here in the 7th. 10 back. Scoring pace definitely improving as the day has progressed. One of the cool features with the results page, if you click through it, it actually shows the average score per game for all the participants, as well as the average score so far throughout the competition. So right now the average for the 60 competitors out there, 183. But game 1 started off 183, dropped to 179 in game 2. Didn't improve much in game 3, 180 across the field. Game 4 had a big jump, nearly up to 190.
Ándale. Un ganchito. Sí. Cuidado con la pata. Dominó.
Sean Cummings still bowling pretty well for Australia. Just struck in the 9th frame, a few pairs to our left. Looks like they're on 27 and 28. Good stuff in the 10th, put up 3 strikes for 247, so Chapman really putting his foot on the gas as this pattern has opened up. Graham Dalton gets the trip 4 after the open in the 7th for Wales. Here's Erickson up on 34. Nearly was looking at the 5-7 there for a second. Was able to get the 5-pin to fall out though. Ends his string of strikes at 5. 250 still out there. For Erickson. Trying to make a late surge towards the top 4. Only one double so far for Per Jordheim out of Norway. He was holding on to the 4th spot for A squad at plus 19. So if he can cover up the 5-pin here in the 9th frame, he can still get to 213 and add a few more pins onto the plus side. Sean Cummings left a 10-pin his first shot of the 10th. He converted, so 227 max out there for the Australian. For those of you wanting to follow Sean Cummings and Robert Chinner out of Australia, they'll be going to 49 and 50 in Game 6. Once again, the live scoring app is available below in the description below the video. You can find the lane assignments on the Senior Championships page on worldbowling.org. .227, the official number for Cummings. So that's going to get him a few spots closer to securing a possible spot in the step ladder finals later tonight. Is at plus 64, that'll move him to plus 91. So just a tad under 220 so far through his 5 games. Once again, thank you to everyone for joining us here on Bowl TV for the A squad of the men's singles competition here at the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. I am Aaron Smith of USBC Communications. I'll be here throughout the event. We will have wire-to-wire coverage of the World Bowling Senior Championships here on Bowl TV, so be sure to check bowl.com/livestream for all the information and times. All the times are Eastern on there, so please be sure to accommodate your schedule accordingly. .203 finish for Per Jordheim of Norway. So I'll give him the plus 22. Could definitely use a big finish in game 6. So perhaps play the waiting game and see how things pan out in the B squad later this afternoon. Peter Eriksson staring down a 5-pin on lane 34. He can get to 237. So for A squad, we'll have one more game after this. Then we'll turn the cameras off for a little bit for an oil break before B squad gets underway. Rafael Gomez of Mexico can max out at 181. He was sitting in 3rd place coming into game number 5 with 821, so he's going to give a few pins back here. He'll be just barely plus. So he'll need a big finish as well if he wants some bonus bowling later today. We're all done on 31 and 32 for game 5. Still a few shots left from Mexico and Sweden. As we get ready for game number 6. Once again, these qualifying totals not only play into who makes the finals for the singles competition, but this also goes towards the all events totals. So 18 games total between singles, doubles, and team determine the medalists for all events, and the top 24 on both the men's and women's side will advance to the Masters portion of the senior championships. So every pin very important here. So even if you're struggling a little bit today on the long pattern, maybe have a little bit better luck tomorrow. We have multiple patterns here at the event. That is the Swedish flag you see in front of the scoreboard on 31 and 32. Some supportive fans here on site, bringing the right gear to support their country. Having a good time. So they'll go cheer on the Swedish team in their last game as folks start moving around. Game 5, all in the books. Game 6 will be here before you know it. So thanks again, everyone. Bowling will be back on in just a few minutes here for game 6 of A Squad, so don't go too far. We'll be right back on Bowl TV for the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships. All right, looks like our competitors are in place here for game number 6, the final game of this block. We've already seen a few of these competitors earlier in the day. Both Bolivia and Colombia have already made appearance on our feature pairs. We'll be joined by New Zealand over on lane 34 and Canada on 31 to start off here in game number 6. Canada's John Chapman has been leading the way so far. We haven't seen the standings update through. Oh, I spoke too soon. They actually have updated the standings here on site. Let's see if John Chapman is still leading the way. Lenny Borsch made a big jump. Saw his name in the top 5, so after some struggles here on 31 and 32, Lenny must have found something in game 5 to race up the standings. To put himself in position to make the semifinals. Still has not updated online yet, but should be shortly. Chapman still leading the way. The 5-game total of 11:15. Sean Cummings in second out of Australia at 10:91. Ron Vanden Bogard 10:44 in third, and Lenny Borsch in fourth now, 10:36. Vanden Bogard is out of the Netherlands, sitting in third, so a little shake-up in the standings there. All right, scores have updated online as well, so can get a closer look at what everyone has done so far. John Chapman, who will be up in a second on lane 32, at his low game of the day, 2:04 in game 5, on his way to that 11:15 total, so he's averaging 2:23 so far. Sean Cummings, as we mentioned, wasn't too far away from our featured pairs. Added that 2:27 to get to 10:91, sitting in second. And big games from Ron Vanden Bogard out of the Netherlands. He went to 2:44 to get to 10:44. Lenny Borsch, 2:58 to get to 10:36. So there's a look at our top 4. Total of 8 players plus. So definitely could be some jockeying around here in game 6. Big game can definitely vault someone up a few spots and give them that chance to take home a medal later on tonight. Early double from John Chapman, looking to hold on to that lead. Chapman has spent some time competing on the PBA 50 Tour over the course of the past few years. Taking on the likes of Johnny Petraglia, Bob Learn Jr., Lenny Borsch, and Ron Moore. Experience paying off here as he starts with 3 in a row. Once again, the scores in the right-hand corner of the player's scorecard there up on the scoreboard is a running total. So the amount underneath that is what they've added this game. John Chapman still has a 0 up there, so the 11-15 is his total through 5. If he happens to miss, it'll all add up there and add on, so nice way to kind of keep track of everyone as they make their way through the game. Gregorio Nicolas of New Zealand unable to get the 7-pin to fall on 34. Was working on 3 in a row. He is one of the players who was plus at 1,002. So a big game here could definitely put him in contention to make the semifinals later tonight. Once again, we still have B squad coming up. So it's definitely be the waiting game for the folks in the top 4 to see how the next squad goes and see whose score is enough to hold on. But you can't make it unless you put yourself in position here in the A squad. All right, for those of you looking to follow players around, or especially going into that next squad, if you want to see if one of your favorite players is going to hold on and you want to follow the live scoring and the results, be sure to check the description below the video here on youtube.com/BullTV. If you scroll down just a little bit, in the description area, we have links to the live scoring as well as the standings. You can also find those on worldbowling.org. If you make your way to the Senior Championships page, the specific Senior Championships page, if you want to go directly there, is 2015 WSRC.worldbowling.org. That'll get you to the news, results, schedule, participation information, and more. So plenty of great information on there. Still have a good crowd on hand watching live. Been around 400 plus most of the day, so pretty solid number here. We're hoping for a big turnout tonight for the semifinal and finals round as we award some medals. So be sure to check that out right here. Same station, Bull TV. Starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Semifinal and final round will be 1-game matches to determine who's taking home bronze, silver, and the coveted gold. Another 7-pin conversion for Gregorio there for New Zealand. Looking to put himself in contention. Once again, if you happen to miss a round of the World Bowling Senior Championships or just want to replay some of it, these videos will archive on youtube.com/BullTV, so you can go back and watch them shortly after the broadcast wraps up. Nice shot there by Hamish McGregor. Sending all 10 back for New Zealand. We'll have a quick break for a re-oil after game number 6. And we will turn the cameras back on right around 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern for the B squad of men's singles. Tomorrow the schedule will work a little bit different. We'll have the ladies kicking off at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific with their singles portion. They only have one squad. So shortly thereafter we'll have the semifinal and final round, and then we will actually have the A squad of the men's doubles tomorrow night starting at 5:30 Eastern time. That'll wrap up our coverage for Wednesday. Please visit bowl.com/livestream for more information on when the cameras will be rolling. Or you can visit worldbowling.org for a schedule of events of everything taking place here in Las Vegas at Sam's Town Bowling Center. A great host. Mike Kaufman and his staff have really put out the red carpet. For the bowlers, we had the opening ceremonies yesterday. A nice brief little introduction to all the countries, and got to hear a few folks from the World Bowling Organization say a few words. President Kevin Dornberger is on hand. Tournament Director Martin Faba as well. Folks, if you're not going to play nice in the chat room, you're going to get kicked out. So we are keeping track of that. So please keep it clean. This is a family show. After starting off with 3 strikes, A squad leader John Chapman now looking to convert his 4th spare in a row. That's the head pin in the 7th frame. No problem on the conversion. Chapman looking to hold on to that top spot for A squad to put himself in position to make the semifinals later tonight. Sean Cummings of Australia was sitting in 2nd. Just 24 pins behind Chapman. A little bit of separation from the rest of the field after that. Looking at the live scoring, though, looks like Sean Cummings struggling a little bit himself. Can strike out for a 187. So Chapman just stays clean here. He's going to, or it looks like he's going to hold on to that top spot unless there's some big scores going on someplace else. Lenny Borsch can go 234 this game. Not sure if that'll be enough to vault him past Chapman. All right, we're ready for the 10th frame on 33 and 34, featuring New Zealand and Colombia. Just starting the 9th for Canada and Bolivia. Gregario Nicolas of New Zealand can still get to 224. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though, to make his way into the top 4. He's sitting in 6th, and pretty good shot. He's been around the pocket most of this game. The lefty has not gotten the hits, though. Sends a messenger in front of the 7. Chapman still looking for his first strike since the 3rd, but has avoided any trouble along the way. .211 finish for Nicolas. Get him to plus 13. Be sure to check out the standings on worldbowling.org to find your way to the Senior Championships page to see the update after A Squad. We'll be going through the standings as well once B Squad starts up again in a little over an hour. So don't stray too far away from Bowl TV. All right. New Zealand and Colombia all wrapped up on 33 and 34. Gregorio Nicolas in New Zealand leads the way 2:11 for 12:13, so he's plus. I'm not sure if that will be enough to keep him in the top 4, give him a chance for the semifinals later tonight. Fairly confident John Chapman is going to be sitting on top of the standings at the conclusion here of A squad. We're just about all done across the house. Chapman can still get to 221. Avoids disaster as he goes to the nose, leaves just the 6-pin. John had gotten stronger his first 4 games, going 213, 222, 227, 249 before falling off a little bit in game 5, 204. With the conversion, he could still get to 210, so overall, a very consistent and solid block from the Canadian. No problem on the spare, so getting a well-deserved round of applause for the folks in attendance. So this will be our final shot of A squad coming up here. John Chapman looks to be leading the way. There's the strike. Chapman finishes up with 210 for 1325 for his 6-game block. So plus 125, looks to be on top of the leaderboard. But we'll see how B squad wraps up, coming on in a little bit more than an hour. Starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific, we will have the B squad of men's singles. So be sure to stay near your computer and near Bowl TV. We'll be back in just a little bit as they re-oil for the next squad. So I am Aaron Smith of USBC Communications. Thanks for joining for the A squad. And we'll be back with the 2015 World Bowling Senior Championships in just a little bit. Thanks for joining, and we will see you soon.